We can always see. Yeah, everybody can see.
Thank you.
Yes.
It sounds like a great idea, and I was just going to reiterate what was stated earlier. That I'm speaking on behalf of the whole Microsoft team. That we're just blown away by the professionalism of the teachers and their capacity, to prepare such a fantastic lesson. I was particularly blown away by their capacity to kind of integrate those, the forms tools or the polls tools that along the journey of their lesson, they were able to gauge understanding as well from the students. Um, because it was quite a large lesson in terms of the number of students in the class, and I saw that was a really effective way for you to gauge the understanding of the students as the lesson progressed. So that was just one simple observation I made about how well that lesson went and how well you're able to articulate those concepts about Python. So I learned a lot about Python myself during the lesson. That was fantastic. So I'm Alan as part of the team. I wondered whether a couple of the other Microsoft folks could quickly introduce themselves as well. I know Charles on board. Do you want to introduce yourself, Charles, as well?
We'll see how good my audio is. But hi, my name is Cheryl Pierce. I am also in the EDU engagement team in the EDU engineering group. And am so excited that you invited us in. So grateful for that. And we had a side chat while we were watching your class, and we're all just delighted and so impressed with the work that you're doing there. And I will admit too, I was absolutely learning along with you. But I love the engagement that was happening. There were opportunities to engage in chat. There were opportunities to engage in forums, in audio. So you offer so many opportunities to the students that everyone could participate in their comfort zone, and that was incredible.
And those animated GIFs, right? The animated GIFs that Amandeep was posting were just hilarious. And I don't know if others did that, but that was that really was so entertaining for us to see. Yeah,
And the
totally.
mobile experience too, I have to add in. That was really important.
Yes.
We always talk about what experience are you sharing and how are you using mobile. Even at the beginning, we were asking that question on our side, and I know others had questions about that, so I'll have them step in. But I just want to let you know that was really helpful just for us to see how mobile's being used, especially in a class like this that's technical. It was wonderful to see. I'll pass it on to Alice. I don't know if you wanted to go next or if anyone else.
Yeah, I can go. I'm actually a PM on the team's mobile meetings team, so it was really fun for Gitika and I to see somebody actually sharing screen directly from their phone, and how the experience is like. That's my first classroom observation session, so super glad that we got to participate. Yeah, just want to learn more.
And I'm Geetika Kapoor. I'm also on the product team for Teams Mobile. So super exciting to just have witnessed the mobile screen share and coding, someone coding on mobile. That was
Yeah, that
awesome.
was totally mind blowing. Amandeep, what you prepared there. So Geetika, one of the questions that you asked us, and maybe we can bring that up straight away, is
Totally,
whether.
yeah.
So I believe you had two main questions. Maybe you want to ask them yourself. I don't have to speak on your behalf. You can just go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, so my first question was what is the device? What are the devices that are being used by the students? Do you see that they're mostly using desktop or they're mostly using mobile? Or is it a mix? What is like their bandwidth like? What are some device limitations that you may have seen? Anything around that would be super helpful.
So, Amandi, would you like to answer? Charu, would you like to answer? And if, or ultimately, I'll do it. So, first choices is yours, please. Charu, we have the data also. We shared it. Could you please speak?
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for the opportunity. So, it is like we are catering to learners from 65 villages, like rural area. We are situated in a rural area in Punjab, and then our learners, they are having, mostly maximum of the learners, they are having mobiles. So means like I can even fetch the data from our backend office, but exact number I can calculate as well. But still, I can say 10 to 15% students they are on the desktop or laptops, but maximum on the mobile. So that is we have to plan our session accordingly for the students so that they equally everybody is engaged.
May I add, Charu, the number which I remember is 1700 plus. They are using mobiles. The total strength is 1640. Why the number goes up? Because some of the teachers, they use a laptop plus mobile. If the bandwidth goes away from here, I'll mute this and I'll immediately start the lesson. So all types of challenges are there, but we are managing it beautifully. No one can stop our enthusiasm, and no one can stop us from taking our students and taking care of them. So that's how we go about. And the children, very few of them have laptops. They all from villages, and the bandwidth, initially we had n number of challenges when we started in April, but then we had to tell them that this is the path, please upgrade your package. The teachers, the students, everybody upgraded the package for a smooth sailing. So this is how we learn from our own experience.
Yeah. So this also explains probably why the students were not sending their video stream, right? Why they hadn't enabled their video camera during the call. Am I correct?
Yes, mostly because the bandwidth, then they lose the connection. So mostly we also tell them that you at least, because otherwise they say, ma'am, your voice is cracking. So we have to tell them the ma'am's internet is all right, but it's your internet where the bandwidth is less. So please switch off your video. So that's how they have learned. Otherwise, to have a good feel, we do have the together mode picture. We have the large gallery picture off and on. And the entire this thing, when they have the well-being call, it is all together mode. They see each other.
And I love the fact.
May
I love the.
Yes.
Yeah, because mostly we have 3 sessions as well in a day, like 3 classes for 45 minutes each as well. So that way also they want to preserve their data for the other scheduled classes as well. So that is along with the virtual office hours and the well-being calls, 45 minute sessions each. It starts at 8:40 a.m. in the morning and ends like 2:30, like along with the well-being and virtual hours. So that is also the reasons students want to preserve the data.
And it was beautiful, we in the beginning, in the last April, they would not attend. We would say, what happened? Ma'am, we have to do some social media also. Our package is over by the end of the day. So slowly, steadily, everybody, we went for a higher package and it's sorted out now. Now we don't have so many challenges, but we learned as we traveled the untraversed path.
And are you finding that the majority of the students in any class is actually showing up, or are you also finding that you're losing students because for whatever reason they can't or they won't, or unknown reasons that they don't show up? Or I don't know if it's okay that I ask about this, but this is an issue in other classes around the world.
This is an issue, no doubt. But for children where there's just one device, we have to go for in the evening to conduct a special class for them, and that's a combined class, 3 sections of grade 3. So all children who are left, we have a combined class for them. So that is how we go for. Some children who could not afford to pay the fees or were not able, didn't want to pay the fees, if you're sitting at home, they didn't realize the gravity of the situation. We can say about 3% students did not continue and they were dropouts. But then by the end of the year, they realized that they need to. And then we had some special bridging classes for them so that they could come back into the mainstream again. But since touchwood, God's grace, Microsoft's help, our classes have been talked about in and around. So the children did come back. They missed for a month and then they realized they're missing something. And they joined us back. So we went through every possible experience that we could have. But today we are empowered with our experience itself. I think you can always talk to the children because they are very, very good. Their IT skills have really upgraded. They're very good at it. You can just say, I want 10 children, or during a class itself, you can talk to my children. It's not that they're used to. We just, they can just speak out. You can always interact. Yeah. You can interact with the students.
Sorry for taking up, but one of the things that all of us noticed was how you started the meeting with such grace and gratefulness and blessings, and that whole approach. I don't know, there was a certain lightness about how this class went. There was no force whatsoever, and the students just interrupted when they wanted to and participated and were happy to do so. And we were all just struck by that kindness throughout.
Marjolin, that's the way we do it. There's a prayer in every class every day. We started with praying, the teacher started praying, and then we moved on and we said, no, we are not going to pray. Any one of you can pray. So they started preparing a wonderful prayer. Okay, I'm going to say the prayers. So every class in a school begins with a prayer, and every class has the SDG link. You'll see in all the sections, that's part and parcel. We have not done anything specifically. You'll find our classes pretty good, we are working hard. We have a passion. We have an inner drive. Yeah. Nobody tells us to do anything. We just do it. That's how we go about it.
Just wanted to add one more thing. Sorry, maybe this. Just when you talked about the dropouts and all those we face challenges, so it was again every time the innovation by ma'am only, principal ma'am, like how we can engage our learners. We need to find out little more innovation, how the teachers can be more innovative. So that was always the agenda, and how to keep our students moving and the teachers moving. So we always keep on innovating our classrooms, like with different tools, with third-party apps, you can say. So something new is given to the students every time. So that's also a plus point for us, that students, we didn't lose the students. So students have now the different things may be taught to us, and we will be learning something new. Even the parents are happy that our students are knowing this and are improving day by day. So this all credit goes to ma'am. I just wanted to add that we have always 1 hour well-being call of a staff. So all the challenges, all the success we discuss there in our well-being call, staff well-being call, 1 hour daily, since I think 19th March 2020. We have 1.5 hour or 1 hour or 45 minutes well-being call daily of the staff. So whatever challenges, success, happiness, or teacher is feeling low, we discuss any innovation we have. So the agenda is always to keep on moving, engaging our students, and how to make our classes more and more innovative. So that's all, ma'am. She always do.
No. Whatever, it's all God's grace. So what is important is we have a challenge, and then we say we have to find a solution. So then who's going to find design an attendance register? We were having this attendance problem last year. So you don't want to push your teachers to the extent that that everybody takes it. So you still have to leave certain things undone. So this was priority 1. So my teachers have designed an attendance register, and during this 1 hour, anybody who's done something new, means every Saturday we have the innovation of the teachers being shared by one teacher for all others. And now there's a competition of innovation. I started this, I've done this new. It is so fantastic. I can invite you for one of my innovation classes also. It's a year of innovation. 2021 is a year of innovation. Something has to go. It has to keep going. To let the teachers go, to let the students go, to engagement of the teachers become important. I think I'm doing too much of talking. Amandeep, please move on and speak whatever you have to say regarding whatever you want. And even Hardeep.
And we also want to, Alice has her hand up, and that is our sign. Hey, we should also keep note of anyone who wants to speak. So after Amandeep, maybe we can ask Alice to say what she wants to say.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think we should start with ma'am first, Alice ma'am first, because she was waiting for so long. I can see her hand still beneath. So I think we should start with Alice ma'am first.
Go ahead, Alice.
Perfect. Go ahead,
No
Alice.
worries. I was just like, I'm just gonna queue up to listen to discussion. No worries at all. I actually want to touch on a previous point on the low bandwidth concern. Isn't common for everybody to use their regular cellular data rather than like internet Wi-Fi type of data for classroom joins?
See, initially, everybody worked with their data plan only. And then we had to put our heads together and tell all the teachers, ki my beloved teachers, I call them, we need to go for Wi-Fi in our classes. That's the call of the day. Then all teachers, most of them went for Wi-Fi in their houses. This was slowly transferred to the children also. Okay, if you can do it, it'll be so nice. It'll be uninterrupted. It'll be so nice. So some children have also gone for Wi-Fi because you're there at home. You don't. You means we have to tell everything. We don't have children from very rich families, so you have to say you're saving money from here. You're saving money from here. Let us put it for education. Let's have a Wi-Fi in our houses. It went like this. It was slow, steady. Things are much, much better. Today we are empowered with 1 year experience of tackling and this thing. And what I foresee is another year of a similar type. With the peak in India right now of the second wave, the board examinations cancelled, everything.
Yeah, that was one of our questions, how you view the near future, but there's no word about going back to school in any way right now, right? Yeah.
Marjolaine, we had schools where they said teachers have to come to the school. That have to business is there in plenty of schools. You cannot teach, even if you're using Zoom or Google, whatever you're using, you have to come to the school, go and sit in the classes. It was just our school. We said nobody is going to come to the school. We are so well equipped. Why should then exposure be there? You be at home, the children are going to be at home. That was one bonus for the teachers. They were happy people managing the two things. Initially, it was 6 to 8 hours when they had to prepare a lesson. It wasn't easy, it was challenging. But then, God has been kind to us. We are a close knit family in the school. One person helping the other. It is holding hands. My job is a pat on the back. And teachers are assisting each other. They are holding hands. Why don't you help her, please? I just have to do this. And believe me, the amount of IT skills enhancement I personally have, I don't have somebody who would say, ma'am, you can talk to the parents, you can meet them, I'll type this for you. This woman has to do everything herself.
Yeah, it must be a super interesting challenge to adapt to this new world. Yeah. You also mentioned the teachers also spend a lot of effort preparing, and I noticed there's a lot of forms, posts sent in the meeting. It's interesting to see that that's being used quite a bit, and wondering if there's like other type of tools that you found that helps with lesson planning or engaging with students that you found so far, or maybe there's a gap somewhere that we can potentially look into.
So Amandeep, over to you. If you were
okay.
If you want the question again.
Yeah, I want to go. Yes, ma'am.
So the question is, we are noticing that you're using Microsoft Forms quite a lot during the lessons, and that is working really well, at least from what we've seen. Are there certain types of interaction with students that you'd like to carry out during your lessons, but that you're not able to because Microsoft doesn't provide it, or no other provider that you know of provides it? So could you speak to that? Is there any type of interaction that you'd love to do that you cannot do right now?
Okay. See, Microsoft Forms is just based on like posting some questions and going with some MCQ sort of stuff, right? So what if I was just thinking this particular topic or the thought, it was just a thought last night that there should be something that they can write or they can suggest on the spot by using that form only, so that we can keep the record as well, if that makes sense. Uh, like instead of going on a chat, we post some sort of a feedback form instead of link, just like on the spot form. And they go on that, they post some sort of like a sentence or two sentence, like what they do, like on an anonymous mode, some sort of thing. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah, it was just a thought last night. I was thinking about it. Yeah, this was the one thing, and the another thing is like I teach media, so there is a lot in media. I need to like brainstorm a lot, like how many tools are available to go with, like practically, if you want to teach them how to shoot videos. So I always look into this sort of stuff, like where it is available or where it is not, how to like keep on merging these sort of things, or those software which are already not available, or we can't embed them. For example, there is one thing, we call it stop motion animation. uh, so there is no such software on a like the high level area available for students. So I'm just thinking about that, like maybe something sort of this available, and of course the first thought as well, which I had last night, like there should be something called feedback, or maybe like posting random stuff anonymously, so that we can check afterwards, and go with it, and even during the session as well. I mean, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm right or wrong here, so it's just a random thought.
Yeah,
No,
so
that's a great thought. Yeah.
to summarize, you would like to have some kind of tool that allows students to write things, but without being recognized as that person with a certain name, so that they feel more free to express themselves. Am I correct?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. And the second thing is there are all sorts of edtech solutions that you would like to explore, but that Teams doesn't exactly provide the right platform for, because you cannot easily share your screen while using those tools. Am I summarizing this correctly?
Uh, Not exactly. It is about like the specific area. Let's say the area is media, so there is a lot for them available, but they can't access them. So it is quite tough for me as well, because when it comes to devices, if I talk about specifically again media, we need high-end devices, and they can't
Yeah,
practice it at their places.
yeah.
So that's the point.
So
Yes, ma'am.
that's a challenge, because that's not so easily solved with a solution from Microsoft. This needs to be solved at the at the students end, if I understand you correctly. So
Yes.
Leticia, you had a question also. Am I correct? You wanted to say something?
Yes, it's more of an observation, something I feel like possibly so simple, and something that I absolutely appreciate more because even personal experience with my 6-year-old son. The fact that you all have a co-teacher and you intermingle in the conversation, as well as other staff support within the class. You know, you were talking about class engagement a little bit earlier, and those that dropped out. I know for me personally, I would not want to drop out, because I'm like, why would I want to miss this, you know? So it was great to see how you all are utilizing the tools just to completely engage, you know, kind of piggybacking on what Alice said a little earlier, using the polls and getting the students to answer and respond. You know, again, just to my personal experience, my 6-year-old son only has one teacher, and most of the kids are falling asleep. I mean, they are 6, but just the fact that you all are constantly having them going and interacting, engaging. So utilizing those resources as you all have was amazing to see.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank
had
you very
a
much.
question regarding. Sorry, Alan,
Yeah, go
cut
for
you
it.
off.
No, you go for it. Go for it.
Sure. So I had a question regarding the students using mobile devices. Have you ever felt that, there's some limitation just because they don't have desktops, or is there anything that we could do just from, being on the mobile team that would benefit students who are trying to engage with other students or trying to engage with the teachers? Anything that you see is missing?
Uh, I think we'll have to put it across to the staff. We are 85 plus. Their experience would really help. I'll not be able
Definitely, yeah.
to answer it right away here.
Yeah, that would be great if we can, touch base on this in the future.
Okay.
Thank you.
Definitely. Wow.
Perfect. Well, we really appreciate the time that we spent with you and in your class. I really appreciate your teachers lending their expertise and showing us what a great deal what a professional job they've done in working with their students. And I really love the fact that, yeah, as others have said, that the priority at the beginning of the lesson was identifying student well-being. Like, that was the first question. How was everyone doing? Can you share, how you're going in the chat? So the priority was student well-being, and then you moved on to the content of the lesson. So I know our team members have been busily taking notes and, observing those things that perhaps could be improved and other ways that we could help you. So I'm sure post this discussion, we're more than happy to continue to get your feedback, particularly on some, what we mentioned about mobile devices as well. We're more than happy to continue your feedback on that and working out other ways that we can help you and other ways that we can connect with you as well. So thank you very much, and we look forward to working with you in the future as well. Did anyone else from the team want to say anything before we leave?
That in multifold, we're super grateful for your time and all the effort you put in. We could so clearly see how much time and effort you put into preparing all this and involving your staff and your students. So thank you for that. I mean it. You know that, right, Paramjit?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Marjorie. And we are very, very honored, that all of you were our guests to see your classes. It is an honor. In all humility, I'm thankful to all of you to find time for us, for a school in a village. Thank you.
Very appreciated.
Thanks for sharing with us.
Thank you so much. And we'll stay in touch, Paramjit, for sure.
Yes.
We'll stay in
Bye-bye.
touch. We look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you. Have a great
Thank you.
day.
Thank
Good
you.
to,
Thank you.
bye.
everyone.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Have a great
Bye.
day.